Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to adjust my settings here. Welcome to KMLocal number 9. Got Lost Vein versus Lugia. Lost Vein rocking the wolf right now. I saw them pulling out the character in squads earlier, so we'll see how it holds up against Lugia's Piranha Plant. So far pretty even across the board, but nice grab from Lugia. It's going to get the ledge trap started. Probably not the correct direction for that Patui, but overall a great opener. Lost Vein getting in there, getting the grab going. Both players just kind of finding each other's footing. Just a little bit. Lost Vein coming up with a squad strike W, so getting used to just poking it out with the one character. Lugia able to cross up, get that jab going, gets the grab, rinse and repeat off the stage, and that Patui not quite going to do it off the top. But Lost Vein sneaking their way through. Oh, just misses the grab there. A pivot canceled up tilt from Lugia. Takes it off the top of the first dodge. Lost Vein as well, number 4 seed coming into this bracket, but could very easily take it over the likes of Muru, Trapid, BG, coming up on stream later. And things are even up so far. The Wolf not looking too bad. But gonna run straight into that Patui. The hitbox is very deceptive, especially when Lugia just pulls it back in there. Maintaining a solid lead right now over Lost Vein. Just keeps poking out with jabs and forward tilts. And keeping Lost Vein away. That Patui is going to get the extension, but not finding the up tilt. That hitbox, it's very, very narrow, very hard to get that anti-air. Now we see Lost Vein trying to come back. We got to get this stock pretty soon. Goes for the down smash, but this ain't patch 1.0. Gonna have to work a little harder than that one. Lost Vein still struggling to close it out versus Lugia living to 204. This Piranha Plant, he's got some rocks up in that topsoil. Maybe it's Bedrock. 71% though, it's not too bad of a deficit. We can definitely claw our way back in there, no pun intended. Just keep shooting out the laser, but a dash attack from Lugia sends them hurling themselves into the corner. The up smash not going to take it off the top though, and both players just fighting that corner space. Finally a semblance of neutral, but we get the forward air. Not going to find the back air on that, just not in the right position for it, and Lugia gets the reversal out of the corner with a throw. And not quite getting the Patui. We send into a double lock situation. We're not going to find the tech chase with the down smash. This is a very close game one. We're going to continue to eke out Lugia's percent and even things up much closer. Oh, we don't get the drag down hitbox of the neutral air. We're just going to send Lost Vein off stage and going to side B straight through, but Lugia ready with the pivot grab and takes game one. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I saw a
What
hot
is
set
good?
and had to join.
Yeah, Lugia took game 1. Not too bad at all.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, you look at Wolf and Piranha Plant, there's no way this can be favorable for Plant in any way. I mean, like, it was clear at the end Josh's intentions were to just slow it down, use the laser a bit more, wait for Lugia to approach, but, you know, that side B, that's all you need. One misinput, or, you know, because he didn't get the sweet spot, right? That Lugia was able to find that punish after.
Yeah. Didn't sweet spot the ledge and just able to get the pivot grab off.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, Lost Vein was coming back in a pretty big way at the end of that game, so we'll see if he's able to ride that momentum into this next one. It looks like he's doing just that so far as he puts the feed on him.
Yeah, Lugia just trying to get past this ledge trapping. Able to find a little bit with that get-up attack, but Lost Vein right just covering that. Oh, man, I'm slow.
Dude, between these down tilts and these neutral airs, the back airs, he's putting the bigger boot on him. I'm scared.
Oh, back air is going to beat out up smash. That's surprising, because that up smash is not a move you want to challenge.
Absolutely not.
Lugia is not slowing down. They're just going in, trying to take the stock. Because, I mean, Wolf, one of the ways you can exploit this character is with that recovery. If you're able to line up a Batui correctly, Wolf is just going to die.
I mean, that's the win condition for Plant just in general, so being able to get consistent setups versus his Wolf is a good thing, but when we're getting reads off the dash attack and we're catching Lugia with no jump, we're going to continue to get uppers over and over again, but that side B, probably a misinput.
I don't know. maybe he was feeling himself. You hit 4 up airs in a row, and then something just spikes. You know, that adrenaline.
It looked like he tried to edge cancel that, but I don't think you can edge cancel Wolf Slash in this game. I know you can in Brawl though.
That wasn't shield grab punishable. Man, Wolf is broken. why people saying this character's bad?
I don't know, man. Ouch just took it in the best of the West. He's making this character look top 10 again.
All right, Ouch's Wolf, Ouch, they've been good. The problem is he's stuck in Canada.
Yeah, he didn't travel for the longest time. Like, the problem that Ouch has had for the last 3 years is he's been behind Riddles and Big D.
Big D's kind of.
He was just very overshadowed, but now Big D is not very active anymore.
Yeah. The problem is, like,
he's a working man.
I feel like Wolf is like the working man character. He's got absurdly good buttons and very good frame data, kill power, damage output, all of that. But, like, if he wants to play neutral against the top tiers of this game, he's going to need to put the work in. And
unfortunately for Wolf, he's stuck in a game where a lot of the top tiers just have so many broken ways of skipping neutral.
Like,
and he's trying to play the game. Yeah. So,
like, I agree. He's trying to play the game in a game where the priority is just getting 80 off of one open every single time. Like with Luigi, with Falco, you know, those two characters have been on the rise a lot. Steve, obviously, you know, these touch-of-death-ish characters. That's just what the meta prioritizes right now.
But then, like, when you think about the best characters in the game that are playing the game, you have Game & Watch.
Yeah.
You have Sonic, who are characters that...
Maybe Sonic might be a stretch.
Sonic might be a stretch, but in terms of, like, they play neutral, it's just the risk-reward is significantly in one person's favor.
Yeah.
Because whenever I fight against a Wolf, I always feel like it's my fault when I get hit. It doesn't matter what character I'm playing as or whatever, like, I get outplayed by the Wolf player.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's sort of the issue, right?
Oh my what a setup! I've never seen Plant do that before. That's the thing I love about these character specials. We're out here talking about Wolf, but I mean, Lugia putting in the work with the Piranha Plant of everyone. You know, been doing it for a while. I think, did they, like, take a break from tournaments or something? Or 'cause there was like a period where I didn't see them enter much.
Yeah, I know Lugia had a hard time getting to a lot of tournaments because just their location. So the fact that we have this local now that they can consistently get to and get practice,
Okay.
I mean, they're just going to get better.
Yeah, they had that read with the up smash right there. I mean, Lost Vein coming out of this, you know, pretty good showing at game 2 just seems lost now. I mean, no pun intended, of course, but I mean, Lugia, though, these ledge traps are just incredible. I didn't know Plant could do that on Battlefield. I guess you never take Plant to Battlefield. That's a lesson learned, I think, from Lost Vein here.
Yeah, I mean, you just get to hide under those platforms and throw that flurry of projectiles. It's really, really hard to actually go in and get the punish off. And I think the most difficult thing that Lost Vein has struggled from thus far is actually getting the kill on this Plant because, you know, Wolf is a very good character, but he kind of has to go reaching and go fishing for it. In the meantime, that back air from Lugia, just one fire breath on you, and we're putting you at last stock on winner's side.
I mean, this is still possible for Lost Vein to win. The problem is, like, I feel like he's not really keeping his composure. Like, he's kind of just throwing out smash attacks. He's running into a lot of these big moves that Lugia's throwing out. He's already took 67% on this last stock. This is looking very grim.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a lesson for all the new players out there, right? The most difficult thing that I think you have to learn how to do with your character is kill. And oh my goodness, Lugia making it look easy though with
Have
a
to play against
2-1.
Lost Vein now.
Yeah, just very, very good stuff from Lugia. Honestly, playing very well in Lost Vein, just not keeping it up with it.
Oh, I think that one just Pitui where it slid off the platform into F smash, that was such a crazy setup. I feel like that was kind of just...
I think that was the domino that started.
Yeah. You know, just a complete momentum shift from that game, too. So now it looks like we're getting Avail versus Fiji.
Yes.
What? I can't hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, we are starved for setups at the moment, but we are gonna... Yeah, so this is gonna be the other side of winners quarters. Fiji getting second in squads. I'm not sure if we're gonna get the pack of the Luigi today. I know Fiji is going back and forth depending on the player or the matchup that they have to fight against. Avail kind of in a similar type vein.
Oh, they brought back the Meta Knight?
No. I was just.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say like used to be like very strongly a Meta Knight main, and then ever since dropping the character has been exploring many other options, mostly bringing out the Roy. I saw the Chrom earlier, the Fox.
I've never seen the Fox.
Yeah, I fought against the Fox. I'm not sure what character they're going to bring out in this tournament. So I'm just going to take a gander here.
Chrom versus Pac-Man.
Okay, to be fair, I got upset by burst skills. Oh no, it was last hit, so... Like, I reacted...
Wait, oh, you got one right.
Okay, yeah. This matchup... this matchup's a little...
Luigi Chrom? Oh, I gotta play. I'll see you guys later.
Yep. So this matchup is a little sketchy for Chrom. Luigi can do some pretty messed up things to fast fallers. So that disjoint, it's not going to be as big of a factor, and Avail's going to have to be very sneaky in the way that we're looking for these openings. And Fiji just getting so much off these stray hits at lower percentages, and is, you know, in comparison to like K24 or Tofu, I think Fiji relies a lot less on that grab than they do. Fiji is very, very good at just turning a down tilt, turning a random up air into anything, but great use of holding down there from Avail to take that stock, putting themselves right back into a game that looked lost from the start. But, I mean, that is just the kind of position that Luigi puts you in sometimes, so it's good stuff, keeping your composure, getting the double nair into the back air as well. and taking back the lead. Oh, that's disgusting! Getting the jab forward smash, just riding that momentum of that first stock into the second. And we're looking poised to take this game one. But Fiji, he got his hands on you and didn't take the biggest opportunity out of it. And we're looking for the forward smash read again. Avail dashing back and forth. That's those solid fundamental skills that you are seeing. The up tilt into up B coming out from Fiji. And we're going to have to be extra careful here. We're going for the jab forward smash again, but we're not at ledge. And we get the down tilt into the grab, but great DI coming out from Avail to avoid almost certain death. Jab on the shield. I believe that was forward tilt coming out, putting Fiji off stage. How are we going to take the stock, though? Not going to get the right hit of the jab. We're still one hit away, but we have to find it. Oh, forward tilt just caught Fiji asleep at the wheel, hanging off that ledge. You know, I would have looked at that first stock and someone told me that Avail was going to win that game, I would have called you crazy. It's 3 bans. 3 bans, no DSR. What? What do you mean? Oh. There's only 8 stages. It's just 3 bans, no DSR. Alright, looks like they're going to be running it back. Oh, and Fiji just getting the raw down air in neutral. And oh my goodness, you saw the phantom hit of that up air. If Fiji would have gotten the sweet spot there, it would have been a crazy first stock. And we go for the up tilt and up B, not going to find it there. I love these risks that Fiji is taking. As long as they continue to stay relatively safe, just going for the up B in that position where we're not quite sure if we're going to hit it, but we're going to go for it anyways. Just missing the timing on it and keeping this lead. And great tech chase with the down smash. Unfortunately, not going to be all that strong, but Avail with great recovery to boot. Weaving around that plunger that's there. So difficult to deal with, but Avail, not the best DI off of that down B, is going to die off the top. So we'll see if Fiji can hold on to this lead, or if Avail is going to come back in the same way they did in game 1. Oh, wow, Fiji correcting for that DI in very, very nicely on Avail, but just not finding that up B, not having the drift to get there, but correctly reads DI out on the down throw, and now has a very solid lead. And Avail getting the reversal there off stage is going to need, well, another something looking like that. They're going to get right back in it, but now there's the double-edged sword of fighting against Luigi and getting the kill in that position, because now you put Luigi at 0 without any rage, so you already know what they're going to be looking for. Down B out of the combo. Nice dash attack coming out from Fiji, breaking up the pressure just a little bit. We missed the tech as Avail. The second chance is life as Fiji doesn't punish it. Oh, and we get the jab block into the downward angled forward smash. Fiji on the board in 2 very close sets so far on stream. Hey, Evan. Can you do me a favor and check and see if the audio is good for stream?
Start the battle. Luigi.
So, going to be running it back. Crom, Luigi, very, very close set so far. I think Fiji definitely picked up the pace, was able to find more of those stray openers than they were in that game 1. We'll see if Avail, though, can throw off Fiji with good spacing, make it difficult for them to be able to find those openings in the first place. Those up airs from Fiji, sharking the platform, and I love that use of the up air, too. Oh my goodness, Avail had the read off the sour down air, but just not the right spacing for that forward smash. That would have been huge, but either way, still 120% already built up onto this Luigi. And actually, misfire not doing Fiji any favors, putting them right under the stage. And Avail is going to continue to rock with it as we get a couple of up airs into Shark as well. Now up tilt is going to get called out and traded with as we find that neutral air and continue to rack up this damage. The one thing about Luigi is when he's in that disadvantageous position, he does not have the benefit of drift to be able to help him get to ledge. So really has to be careful. Avail doing such a great job getting the edge guard off of Fiji there. One more stock away. Nice up the out of shield from Avail, continuing to mitigate that pressure from Fiji. Fiji struggling, looking for that kill right now. Rolls back to center stage to try and get some control, but Avail is ready for it. Oh, back air as well, and yes, we call out the side B with the back air. Avail a solid 3 stock and a 2-1 victory. That set was very close until it wasn't. Something lit up a spark for Avail in that game 3 and just did not let Fiji get a clean hit. That's Evan's Switch.
Pac-Man on the mic. Oh, okay, it's already done for me. Cool. I'm a scuff bracket. We make it work. Versus Lugia. That's interesting. I feel like Cloud does pretty well into Plant. Just need to slash him more.
Stop battle. Corona Blast. Whoa.
One season 2.
Got the ledge trap.
Okay. Looks like my mic is working. I don't know, it's so scuffed I can never tell if my mic is on or not. Early lead from Oreo. Looking kind of, oh, the good recovery to get away from the down air. Getting past Cloud sledge trapping is a little difficult, but we get able to getting a jump in there to get stage back and start some advantage stage. holding that center stage, but Maru grabs it back. The run in up tilt. I love how he just like smacks his head around. Like a very solid anti-air too. Up he got a shield, but Lugia is able to punish it. Really handedly with down smash too. Doesn't have like the only real Oki in Smash Brothers, isn't it? I guess you'd call it Oki. Oh. I feel like I'm gonna get some FCC head angry at me. Up throw. Very strong kill though. And with rage. That's definitely killing. He's got to get some percent. Get some started. It's not looking good considering how we're in Moru's advantage state against Cloud. That back air is very impressive. Run a dash attack again, not killing because it hit the sour spot. Oh, but the limit blade being the ticket. It does like 25%. It's ridiculous. Ooh, I like the V-reverse Patui. Ooh, the back air catching jump. It's looking almost kind of even. Murray's still got a decent lead. But I wouldn't count out Lugia yet. One good juggle or one off stage interaction could be the game. Oh, the jab block, down smash, ledge trap. It works out. Resets the ledge trap. Just fiending for the kill. The backers are coming swinging. Ooh, good spot touch to evade the dash attack. Ooh, the dash attack takes it. Several dash attacks landed, none of them were killing.
Stop battle. Piranha Flash.
Down in the back, playing Cloud. I know Luigi has a bunch of other characters too. But maybe just feel comfortable with Plant.
3, 2, 1, go!
Spoiler Cloud's dealing probably more damage than the cross slash was. He had to take that percent while he could. Oh, Burns will win it. Blade beam snuff out the Patui. Spotlight is mixing up Lugia pretty bad there. The ankle biters. Oh, that was sick. Oh my god. Snapped his neck in half. Calm down, Cloud. This ain't Sephiroth. feel like we could have seen another spike there if the down B came out. Oh, Tui hit him back. Reverse the situation, but Climb Hazard is going to take the stock. Very strong move.
Start battle. Piranha Blast. Pokemon Trainer, Roy. Three, two, one, go!
All right, hello, everyone. We are currently in winners semis, coming off of a 3-0 Moru over Lugia. Now we've got a Veil rocking the Roy this time versus Pokemon Trainer. It doesn't surprise me too much that we're gonna choose Roy over Kong for this matchup specifically, between Ivysaur and Squirtle just being able to cheese out Crom a little bit better amongst other things. Just mashing that side B out in the corner. Trap Hood struggling to get in right now. We'll see if we can make our way with the Zard. Sour back air. Gonna do it out of the corner, and actually that neutral are set up perfectly for the dash attack on the tech chase. Let's even things up. And we get the jab back air as well. The tried and true El Clásico. Take the stock number 1. Now Trap Hood's gonna be rocking it out with the Ivysaur. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. Pulling out Ivysaur this early, you're not going to be able to immediately get to that advantage state that Squirtle can put out, and that's why we switched out to the Charizard. But, you know, Trap Hood, much more comfortable on the Zard and the Ivysaur, just in general. Plus, Ivysaur tends to do just better across the board in the sword. Same thing with the Zard, so maybe just not wanting to poke too much with the Squirtle, especially with how early you can die. Veil doing a great job of maintaining this lead. Back air calling up the jump neutral air from the Veil, and we're gonna be throwing it out with the Zard. This one surprised me a little bit more just because of the percentages, but of course he knows better than I. There we go. We do find the switch into Squirtle, possibly. Yes, sir, to get to Ivysaur and straight back into the Zard. Trap Hood going in between all 3 characters in the squad right now, looking like DBZ fighters with that trio. It might not matter too much. Veil looking to mess up all 3 of them, but doesn't tech the neutral air right there, and a chance at life for Trap Hood as we eke one out over Roy's mediocre recovery. Back air neutral, going to call him naring once again. We'll see how Veil is able to take this stock. Jab and a back air, not going to do it from center stage. Trap Hood, we're stuck in the corner. How do we get back? Ooh, has to use the Pokemon switch to get out of the combo. But now we're stuck in this big body Zard. What can we do? Well, if there's one character in the kit with a bit of X Factor, Charizard is almost certainly it. Right now we're getting a couple of different grabs thrown off, and we're alive because we're Charizard. How do we get back to stage, though? Just going to use that jump away to get there. But the knockback right there from the neutral air. Not percent-based knockback, it just scales, does kind of its own thing. A Veil taking the first game, and we are in best of 5 territory. We got a little bit of time to get back here. I do think, like, despite that early stock that Trap Hood got, Veil was in firm control of that game 1, so we'll see what kind of adjustments Trap Hood is going to make. I will say, in comparison to a lot of the meta-relevant characters, stage is quite a bit more important for Pokemon Trainer than maybe some of the other characters in the meta. And Town and City is going to be a great pick for Trap Hood. It is that double-edged sword of, like, you're going to allow Veil to get earlier kills off the side when you are stuck at that ledge, but at the end of the day, it is one of the better stages for Pokemon Trainer just across the board, and it allows you to really get that stage control and set the pace of the match as well with those Razor Leafs. So we'll see nice back air coming out from the Squirtle, and no surprise switching it out over to Ivysaur. Great recovery coming out from a Veil, though. Uppy as well. Calling a Veil out, but now we're stuck in the corner. We try to get a cheeky up B through the stage. A Veil ready for it, though, and now we're stuck in shield as Charizard, and that's the risk that you run. And you try to go for things like that, and of course, a Veil just ready for it. Because now, ever since we turned that around, ever since we went for that risky play off of the ledge, Traphead hasn't gotten a hit yet. Veil's just been absolutely all over him, punishing him for that, and we do get the Pokemon switch into the neutral layer, but Traphead looking for the DP out of the combo, not going to find it there with the up special. That backer, though, barely spaces out that jab, and now we finally have a chance to play the game. Still very close to anybody's game. One F-tilt in the grab from Squirtle could bring it right back, but instead we're going to be going for the back airs, and almost gets the tech chase with the down smash, but Avail just enough drift to be able to make it back there. So we're trying to get a good read on this Ivysaur. Traphood waiting for that air dodge, but unfortunately not going to call it out with the proper punish. Just misses the grab, and now we're stuck in the same rinse and repeat situation. This is where Avail has made his money all tournament long. Just putting people at ledge, keeping them there. Not really going for too many risky defensive options. Calling out that roll once again, but finally Traphood able to get the reversal with the quadruple back air into the up B. Not going to kill off the side. That counter pick almost coming into play there. We do get the tech right there, but forced to Pokemon Switch once again. That frame one going to be carrying him through, but that's a true combo. We cannot Pokemon Switch through that one. And Avail looking to go up 2-0 in this very close set so far, and already the Squirtle taking some percentage, and we're going to get the heck out of there because Ivysaur is out to play. Now it's the Zard, but the up B fly not going to do it quite yet. And, oh, just barely going to kill off the top of Avail. Not ready for the second one. Traphood mashing that button once more. It's a very good option. I believe it's one of the only moves that Pokemon Trainer has with armor besides, of course, Sight Weave from the Charizard. Oh, Avail falling out of the back air with such high fastfall speed. We're going to be sticking it out with the Squirtle a little bit, getting that forward tilt and the dash attack. And the second we get the opportunity, we're going to switch to that Ivysaur. I don't blame you. You want to have a little bit of a more consistent way of getting the kill. One down throw could potentially do it with not the best DI, but of course Avail right back in it as well with the jab into that back there. He's going to be looking for it, going to find it. Not quite going to kill right there. Just a little bit of weight to our Grass Frog. Get the forward, or still anybody's game. So close so far. Don't want to jinx it too much, and I think Traphood was looking for the up B there, but calling out the Pokemon Switch of Avail up 2-0. Very, very close game. And no reversal required from Traphood. Arguably a better performance than Game 1, despite not taking it still. I think overall Traphood did a much better job of extending that advantage state with Ivysaur as much as possible, and we just got to find that consistent way of closing it out, because I feel like that's where he was eating some of that percentage. We're going to go for the forward tilt there, but at these lower percentages, Fast Faller is just able to get the spot dodge out in time and get back there, not being forced into that grab. It's a little bit weird how Squirtle's forward tilt works, because the spacing can absolutely affect your ability to get a grab off of it. Ooh, nice footstool coming up from Traphood there. Ends up catching the landing off guard with the back air, but only because that footstool was able to come out. I think Charizard didn't have any more jumps to mix up the landing there. And what a great get-up attack! Avail asleep at the wheel, but Traphood committing once again early on to try and get this stock. And it's not going to cost him this time. We do get the up B out of disadvantage there. But to what end? But looking to extend their first lead of the game. Avail looking to catch the landing on this Charizard. The up B Blazer is going to take it off the top. But sitting at 194, you can't be too upset about that one. Traphood trying to get a Squirtle combo. And once again, I just feel like Traphood might be maybe overcommitting just a little bit. to this advantage state because they put themselves in the corner. But oh my goodness, we find the neutral B, and Trap Hood, just as I say that, finds the ledge trap. Veil doesn't get the sweet spot. Now this is big opportunity for Trap Hood to come back in the set, but we got to make the most of it right here. No flubs, no dubs. Going for that down smash once again. Trap Hood hasn't hit one thus far, but when it does, it's going to be scary. Yeah, looking to take this one quickly. Of course, we wanted to go down 3-0. We're looking from his perspective. Oh my goodness, was that a roll or an air dodge? I'm not sure. Trap Hood was on the ground, but either way, a little hurtbot shift shenanigans preventing that kill for Veil. Gonna have to try again. Not, but 10 seconds later, we do end up getting it with the forward tilt without taking too much for it. So 45% of extra credit to be able to take it in 3-0 fashion. Trap Hood looking to extend the set to game 4. So we're gonna stick it out with the Squirtle for just a little bit longer. We gotta get a clean hit to switch that Ivysaur, and he knows it, he finds it. We're not gonna get the ledge trap, but at least we're able to switch to one of the Pokemon that we want. But switching that Charizard is a bit risky, because of course it does come with that extra combo ability. Now we do throw a Veil off stage. Big ledge trap situation coming up. Oh, we missed the tech of Veil, looking for the tech chase and the roll in right there. Not getting it though, and now opportunity for Trap Hood as we call out the roll in from a Veil. Has been rolling through a lot of the pressure that Trap Hood has been putting up all set, and just when it mattered most, Trap Hood putting himself on the board. Game 4. What stage are we going to be looking at? Pokemon Stadium 2. Going to be rocking it right back.
Pokemon Trainer.
The same stage we played game 1. And that is kind of the beauty of no DSR versus DSRs. Like, you have 3 stages that if you just don't want to play on them, you don't have to. And for most characters, that's enough to get their bad stages out of the way. And the trade-off is, like, you're going to have to play, usually have to play on a stage you've already played on again. I know some people prefer with DSR 2 bans with DSR. Some people prefer 3 bans. I think you can rock either or. If we're gonna stick with the current stage list that we have for Ultimate, I think either or works fine depending on the situation. I do think it would have to be looked at if we were to start switching with some more experimental stages in the meta. Fountain of Dreams, Yoshi's Story, running it back with Lilat, even something as controversial as Lilat in Yoshi's Island. Veil, though, through my yapping, through my rant, able to take the first stock in less than 45 seconds. Now, this is the position that I think Trap Hood was struggling in just a little bit, is like finding that consistent way of closing it out. Because I feel like Pokemon Trainer can struggle in a lot of the same ways that Lost Wings Wolf did versus Fiji earlier. For a lot of it is like, we're going to get that solid neutral. That's why we're a high top tier-ish character. But as far as getting that kill goes, Pokemon Trainer really does have to make that commitment. And in the meantime, Roy just has tried and true confirms even into this late game meta in a Veil. A huge momentum swing and lead right now. I believe the biggest lead of the set so far. Let's see if Trap Hood is able to get in there though. Cat calling out the jab and a Veil mashing right there with the fly. And forward throw from the Charizard is going to be enough to take it off the side. And we're opting to stay as the Squirtle as well to get that damage, but we do quickly switch over to Ivysaur the second that we get hit. We do get that triple up air as well for our troubles in the neutral air to call out no buttons coming out from a Veil. What a huge mix-up, right? Going from putting a lot of pressure on to pressing 0 buttons, and Trap Hood just calling out that pacing very well and continuing to rack up this percent further and further, and having the opportunity to actually come back in this game, but finally a Veil with a clean hit to put Trap Hood off stage. Now we're in that same ledge trap we were earlier. We're dropping through with the up B, a bit risky, but it works. But now we have to switch to the Zard. And forward air going to kill off the side, and we're going to opt to switch to the Squirtle at 62%. This could be a bit scary, but I see why we're doing it, right? We want to get that Ivysaur up in there so that we can have sort of the combination of those neutral tools and that damage out. Put the forward smash, I believe not the sweet spot, not going to be taking it off the side. Trap Hood, it's go time or no time. Do you find that neutral air into the tech chase? We put a Veil at the ledge, and what's the ledge trap going to be? Go from coast to coast as Avail is still stuck in this corner here. We get the double, we get the triple back air. We're not going to go for the dunk, but we still rack up 63% in a game that was handedly in Avail's favor. Is going to stay that way, and a 3-1 for Avail over Trap Hood. That game was very, very close, and Trap Hood did such a great job of almost making that comeback there, but nevertheless, all of that pressure mounting was just a little bit too much to overcome, and Trap Hood is going to be sent down into loser's bracket. As I'm going to go ahead and update our stream here. So it looks like we're going to be getting a Trap Hood back on stream. Versus Lost King. I will update that scoreboard for you in just 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, everything in between. So now we've got Lost Vein. Rocking the Sephiroth this time. Not going to be surprised that we're switching it up from what we saw earlier on stream. Could be matchup comfort thing. Could be a I want to win thing. Either way, going to be pretty even thus far. This is Leaders Pillars. Oh, wow. Barely not going to get the punish there on the Flare Blitz. Off from top there. I just realized Trap Hood was actually up in stocks. I did miss the beginning of the game, so my apologies, everyone. Trap Hood gonna use that Pokemon switch to avoid taking what would otherwise be guaranteed damage on pretty much every other character in the cast. That's our in-game DLC privilege, and honestly, after the atrocity that this character was in Brawl, they kind of deserve it a little bit. Just a little bit. Very even game so far, though. And oh my, did they do that on purpose? Did Lost Vein go back into the bubble to get Wing there? I wouldn't be too surprised. It's not the hardest list of percentages to remember. Like even stocks comes online, and I believe that was 70%. Who knows? Great recovery resource like there. Like wouldn't have had that double jump if we didn't go back into the bubble there. Either way, though, after that fantastic recovery, Trap Hood's still going to be in the lead with the fly, but dash attack is going to be taking it out from Lost Vein. I'm still at a loss. That recovery was insane if that was intentional. Either way, Trap Hood. Ooh. The Bullet Seed is actually going to trade, make it difficult for Lost Vein. And I love this conditioning with the up throw that Lost Vein is doing, because like we're not necessarily getting the punish right just now on up throw, but we're seeing that every single time Trap Hood has been switching. So we gotta keep that in the mental stat. Oh man. That orb making things a little bit tricky for Traphood to get up in there. They do cross up with the Nair into the back air on that shield, and it's still anybody's game one. Forward air looking for the forward tilt on the air dodge read, but we get the Pokemon switch instead. Now Lazard's going to have to be the one to do it for Traphood. Down smash in the air, not going to be that strong. 3 to 115, 118, 119, now 130. Flare Blitz going to get Traphood out of dodge. At this point, we're playing with funny money, so we don't care about the recoil. Forward throw, not going to take it, but ooh, gets the DI mix-up there. Almost does it anyways, and that forward tilt going to sweet spot, but from all the way across the stage is still not going to take it. The mix-up right. Do we go for back air? Do we go for forward tilt? Sephiroth's so good at getting that frame trap there and calling out the jump once again. Traphood been jumping all game, just panicking right there at the end. Lost Vein first on the board.
Pokemon Trainer. Sephiroth.
All right, we did get the confirmation. It wasn't too surprising, but like I'm a sucker for good recoveries as a Puff player. So using that double jump to get the wing, get the double jump back, and up P back to stage. That was one of the craziest recoveries I've ever seen. Anyways, back into the game right now. Town and City going to be the pick. I think this is at this point absolutely a comfort pick for Traphood. Just not only just a great stage for the character, but a great stage for the player. As we do see the Squirtle racking up that damage and putting Lost Vein into the bubble very early on to put on that hurt. Traphood doing a very good job of getting these B&Bs at early percentages, but maybe committing just a little bit too much. Ooh, that Bullet Seed on shield. That was kind of nasty, actually, if we could have followed up on that, but it's very, very unsafe on shield. That's why it's a very situational move, and we're going to switch back into the Squirtle, into the Ivysaur, going around the world with it. Traphood not afraid to use that Pokemon switch. I feel like a lot of lower and mid-level Pokemon trainers kind of get stuck in the bubble of feeling like they have to play a certain character at certain percentages, and Traphood is just very comfortable switching whatever Pokemon fits the deal, or using that down B as a defensive resource and then kind of figuring it out on the fly how they're going to play defense with whatever Pokemon they switch into. So even as Zard right now, right, if we're getting put into a situation where there's a kill confirm on deck and we have the opportunity to switch, Traphood not afraid. That being said, we are afraid of that landing. That air dodge could be absolutely called out by Lost Vein. Taking that early stock. Fairly healthy percentages now, but not if we're going to get confirmed out of that back air. Traphood not committing to the landing back air almost ever, just going for that like consistent damage and then trying to follow up on Lost Vein's drift. Maybe it could catch us out a little bit later, not quite sure. I'm surprised that back air didn't end up sweet spotting, but a perfect position for the neutral air. Lost Vein with another great recovery off the top. Getting the downward angle and sweet spotting the ledge. That's the down throw into the fair as well. And oh, what a crazy down tilt. I think that actually caught Charizard's tail. Looking like Mewtwo out here with that one. Because Traphood was fully behind Lost Vein. And actually, that counter ended up saving Traphood there. That Charizard was not going to make it back to ledge, but Lost Vein not quite sure. But nevertheless, it's not going to matter as we do end up getting the shield break. Oh, we save him? That's so disrespectful. Okay. So disrespectful getting the grab off of that. Like, we did not need all that. But either way, Lost Vein. Up 3 stocks to 2. Finally, Traphood gets up on the board. You gotta look for a way to be able to get in this one, TJ. Getting the double back airs, and we're looking for the side B tech chase. We're throwing ourselves off stage, and that was very risky. But I think when you're behind by this much, it's okay to throw out a little risk, because you kind of have to. Oh my goodness, and actually utilizing that platform to just ride back into center stage. Opportunity for Trap Hood. Panicking a little bit, but we do get some damage for our troubles. Lost Vein just looking to take this cleanly, 90%. Now 102. Ivysaur could certainly perish here soon. Trap Hood knows that, switching Charizard at the first opportunity. And now it's how do we get down from there. We're using that air dodge as a defensive resource, and we're using that Flare Blitz to get out of the corner. And for the first time this set, getting hit by it, but the dash attack calling out the movement from Trap Hood and going up 2-0 here in losers quarters. Trap Hood right now looking for the answer. Trying to find it. Something's got to end up clicking. Lost Vein's been doing a great job of calling out maybe some of those habits that Trap Hood has had. So figuring out what we got to do, what we got to switch up. Take those stocks more consistently and not panic so much in the corner, I think, are the big things Trap Hood's going to be looking for. Ooh, great footstool downer out of shield for Lost Vein, but great reversal from Trap Hood, almost sealing out the stock right there. Couldn't quite finish his plate with the Ivysaur right there, but we still get some solid damage, and now we have an opportunity to switch to Charizard, maybe a little bit early though. So now we're starting to get hit just a little bit more, and that down smash is going to call out every single option that I think Trap Hood had there, and that get up attack is going to get called out by the back air. Lost Vein looking strong, Trap Hood looking lost. We'll see if we can clean it up though. The beginning of that stock was definitely in Trap Hood's favor, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. That up smash as well. Probably looking for up smash and orb there, but either way, we're calling out the air dodge and killing at 79. Trap Hood just really, really struggling right now. You can definitely see that look of panic. It's Lost Vein getting up in there. That fly going to be spaced out by that Sephiroth back air. The up smash finally going to put Trap Hood on the board, and that's the beginning what could potentially be a comeback, but don't call it a comeback yet, because we got to get a hit first. Finds the forward air as the Squirtle, and Lost Vein camp onto that platform, and Trap Hood punishing him for it. He's going to use that neutral air to send Sephiroth off stage, but unfortunately it sends the wrong way. We're trying to get the backwards hit there, and great DI from Lost Vein puts him right back onto stage. Allows him to get this advantage. That forward smash, trying to call out that double jump, maybe an air dodge. Not finding it there, though. Lost Vein has this Ivysaur off the stage and uses the double jump from the one-winged angel to take it 3-0 and moving on to losers semis to fight against Lugia. So now on the other side of bracket we have Moru versus Veil. Of course, Cloud Extraordinaire, Veil, multi-character master, primarily rocking the Croy. We got winners finals coming up. So just kind of a reminder of bracket. I mean, this bracket was an absolute bloodbath today. So many heavy hitters today, just across the board, and every single player getting a game today, just period, I think just goes to show like how close the skill level is of everybody here. Like even even our last seed, last seeds Kalen and Fire Ant were both able to take a game in at least one set. So that's not something that can be said in every bracket. So that's really cool to see everybody getting up on in there. And of course, upset city as well. Lugia taking it over Lost Vein, Veil taking it over Fiji, Brisket taking it over myself in a small upset. And then Lost Vein, just saw moments ago, taking it over Trap Hood. I feel like that one's not as crazy of an upset as it is on paper, because technically that's a +2. But I think everyone here just very close in skill level. And of course, at a 12-person local, it's not going to matter too much in terms of seeding. But what is going to matter, though, is that I'm getting the character wrong. A Pit coming onto the screen. I feel like this is a character that a lot of people in the region have been picking up as of late. You know, having Alternus representing the character in Virginia, Veil having the character in the back pocket. And it's just a character that has surprisingly gone up the tier list over time. Like, you wouldn't necessarily think with the tools that the character has that they would go up in any capacity, just because they're more of that consistent neutral threat. But the combo game that this character has and just the frame data is very, very like difficult to actually contest, and that's why we've been seeing more and more success with this character. They're going to be coming out. Oh my goodness, I forgot to mention, Glory, rocking the pit for the longest time. I believe out of region now, though, moving away. So we'll see if Veil is going to be the guy to pick up the pieces of the character. Very, very strong, and doing a pretty great job of it so far. But of course, Moru, that very consistent threat with the Cloud. Not too much else to say. I mean, Moru's Cloud is one that needs no introduction. But look at Veil right now, keeping up with that movement as well. Get the down air into the back air, but unfortunately getting the sour hit. We'll see if we can get that kill soon. Pit, not short of kill options for it, so a little unconventional, but gonna end up getting the job done. It's not gonna matter too much, right? As long as we're able to get up in there. And oh my goodness, edge guard opportunity for a Veil. Not going to find the edge guard there with the no double jump, but we do end up getting it there with the double dunk on the down air. We miss it the first time, but a Veil taking the long way around. We end up getting there. Oh, can we get the edge guard here as well? Trades with the Nair and almost getting a cheeky early stock once more. But finally, Moru's feet able to touch the ground, but if only for a moment, as a Veil uses that triple jump to try and mix up Moru on shield. But finally, these up airs coming out in droves, and that down air going to seal the deal right back at you, Veil. Only 50% of extra credit, now 60 put on, as Moore could absolutely come back from this one. Players really, really close at this point. Shale stuck in the corner, though. It's the scariest position to be versus Cloud. And we're going to be rolling on stage into spot dodge. It's going to be the option that ends up working, but that up tilt is calling out a Veil in neutral. And we do have the limit online. We're going to pummel as much as possible, try and get rid of it via the timer. Only got a handful of seconds left. We'll see if we pull it out or if we let it be. We do use it with that limit cross slash to take game number one. A Veil had that crazy advantage state. Able to tame the Angel, two-winged Angel this time, and take it. Be running it straight back to small battlefield. It is the new PS2 coming around, and especially with characters like Cloud, where PS2 is a very strong stage for them. No surprise that this is going to be a little bit more neutral. Oh my goodness, that was disgusting. Finding the sour down air and catching the no button mashing back air there. Just very clean gameplay overall, and Avail just not finding a whole lot of anything until right just now with the neutral airs. Popping them up. Still not getting there. This flurry of nairs coming out once more. Try and close it. Avail. Really, really struggling. That last game super duper close, but Moru making that comeback work for him. Oh my goodness, that was so difficult to get around using that cross slash to force Avail to cover low, and then using that down air anyway. Spike or no spike, we are up 3 stocks to 1, 71 to 0 unanswered. And Avail, after such a close game, we gotta find it here, and what a waveland from Moru to try and follow up. I feel like a lot of our players today have been getting some good movement, and then maybe just a little bit hesitant on pulling the trigger. It's not going to matter too much for Moru, though, when we're up by this much. But we do get our jump called out here. We have the limit online, so we do burn it to recover low, but the end of attack called out by Avail's forward tilt. These forward tilts for Avail have been hitting. Putting the move on the map. Now Avail finally ends up getting in there with the grab into the down throw. A little bit of that hurt. At this point, we are definitely looking for some data. Of course, it's not over until it says game. But if we can get a little bit of a download coming into this game number 3, regardless, it's going to be looking not too shabby for us. And despite how far behind Avail was just moments ago, we are piecing Moru up right now as we're struggling to actually finish our plate. You know, we got the meat and potatoes of it, but we still got that plate of steamed broccoli. No Minecraft until all the food is gone. Come on now, Moru. We can get up in there, but the is that up tilt? I think it was up tilt. Ended up taking it off the top there. We're stuck at 160 with a very low shield. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible for Avail to come back. Just as I say that, the toothpick of destiny comes out, takes it. And in a twist of fate, Moru took that game 1 in a 2-stock to 1 comeback. Avail almost making that comeback, bringing it reasonably close and competitive. And that game number 2, bringing it 3 stocks down to 1 and change. We'll see if Avail can maintain that level of composure and put himself on the board. Of course, we've got time. We're in winners finals. We'll see if those reads can end up coming through. Avail doing a great job right at the very end there of like finding those 1-2 openers, maybe a bucket of fries, and then weaving out. And then getting back in there when Moru pressed a button, just not letting him get the stock. And if we can maintain that level of survivability versus characters scary as Cloud Strife, we're going to be sitting pretty. And I love Avail using that aerial drift to weave in and out with those aerials to make it a little bit trickier for Cloud to get those punishes out of shield. Because at a lower level of play, Cloud's out of shield game is really difficult to beat. But if you use your aerial drift wisely, it can actually be very difficult for Cloud to punish some of those landing hitboxes. Especially with the slight disjoint that Pit has being adequate at being able to bait and punish there. So look at this down tilt into the up air. Avail continuing to call out Moru's landings, and the up smash is going to be enough to take it off the top. First lead for Avail since game 1. We'll see if we can keep the train rolling. Dash attack going to take it off the side. 0.7 separates our players, so nothing too substantial. Moru takes back that control and immediately puts a Veil at ledge, who's going to commit to that side B. Which way are we going, George? We end up committing to that left side, but now we're stuck in a ledge trap situation. Just one overcommitment from Moru puts him in the scary situation himself, or themselves. But very even in terms of those percentages, and we do end up getting our feet back on the ground and actually turn the situation around as we put a Veil in the corner, but that down air into the down air tech chase is going to get a Veil some damage and some much needed stage control. Neutral is exchanged so quickly back and forth between our players as to who's actually in advantage states, because I feel like the defensive resources that these players have been using have been absolutely phenomenal. Just using maybe some unorthodox moves in order to get up out of there, and all you have to do is throw off the opponent's tempo. But of course, it's crunch time for a Veil, right? It's a little bit more desperado to try and actually get in there, get a little something going. So the onus is on us to pull out everything that we have at this point. No holding back. Forward smash, only the first hit going to connect, but that's actually going to work out better for Moru, barring the kill. As forward throw, almost taking it off the side. We'll see if we can catch the low recovery. No, down tilt, not going to be able to get up in there. And now Moru's turn with the back throw off the cloud. And just the Randy side B off the side, or off the top. Opportunity for a Veil to bring that score a little bit closer in his favor. The backer from Moru puts it up for them. They want it 3-0. Veil wants it 3-1, or at least 2-1. We'll see if we can get up in there. Moru with the ledge play is going to keep it competitive as both players are looking for that one solid opening to really set the foothold of neutral. We do get the down air and no double jump, no limit. No resources from Moru. A Veil on the board, not going down without a fight. Battlefield, Smashville, Kalos going to be the bans from a Veil, and this is no DSR, so we could go back to the gentleman's stage, but we do switch it up to PS2. You know, could potentially be a comfort pick. I personally think this is like, if I'm thinking character, right, probably Cloud's best stage. But of course, if we are also comfortable on PS2 and maybe we don't want to deal with the shenanigans of like having to deal with walls on Kalos that allows Cloud to sweet spot the ledge, I can absolutely see this being the correct set of bans for a Veil to give him the most chances of coming back in the game. Opportunity right now for more as we put a Veil into the corner, but going for that first hit of the cross slash, a little overcommittal. Speaking of overcommittal, a Veil using all of those jumps there is going to eat up some percentage. There's not really too much to comment on in this game so far. I think both players are just trading blow for blow right now. They're both looking to establish this dominance, and once again, a Veil has been defining their defense by using counter hits out of the corner correctly in order to reverse the situation. When you have such safe moves to be able to throw out there in comparison to a lot of other characters in the corner, it's really cool to see like the mix-up between up airs or back airs, using that arrow to help cover ourselves, and of course, catching those air dodges when we do have the advantage. Veil coming back in a big way, looking to bring this to game 5. Moru says, no, no, no. We're shutting the door. Or at least this chapter. Click's almost over. Do we have an epilogue? Going for the forward air. Veil stuck at ledge, using all of those jumps. They're all gone now, but we do get our feet back on the ground, but not before taking 7-7-3. Down 90. Veil finally gets a hit up in there, but not without giving Cloud limit, and that's where it gets scary because of one wrong read here. Moru could take the stock, but going for the very aggressive cross slash, trying to call out the jump onto the platform. Not going to matter nonetheless, not eating too much punish and actually getting some damage of their own as this pit is at 127. Backer will kill, up smash will kill. Vale looking to just put on a little bit more before taking it himself. So that down air is going to come out from this cloud, and the up tilt almost takes it off the top. We weren't ready with that DI, and Limit's also almost online. So we have a whole bunch of things going for Moru right now. What we have for a Vale with stage positioning, but the counter hit with the DP out of the corner. You see it in Street Fighter, you see it in Guilty Gear, and you see it in Smash. Some things never change. And just the fundamentals of saying, I'm going to up B, I'm going to do this, the Sure You Can-esque thing. It's just one of those fundamental things that transcends fighting games. Forward air, they're going to call out the jump from Moru. Not out of it yet. Vale just able to get in there with the forward air, but we're mashing the neutral air on shield again. We need to be careful. That aggressive defense. 92%. One bad beat for a Vale could spell disaster. This forward air into the dash attack out of the corner. A Vale catching the landing cloud, jumpless, able to air dodge just into that platform right there. An opportunity for Moru to end things off right now. Limit in the corner. This Pit stuck off stage. We're trying to get the 2-frame. We're trying to get the ledge. Neutral air sends them off once more. Limit is going to be going offline soon, but not going to matter as that down air Sour takes it off the top. And Moru 3-1. So a little bit of a rinse and repeat from that last set in terms of how things went. One player going up 2-0. Then the triumph as we put just a little bit of hope back on, but nevertheless, the better player prevails. As we move on to loser semis, we have Lost Vein and Lugia. And this is actually going to be a rematch of the winner's set. Yeah, sure. I was actually. Yeah, I was considering about this.
Corona flag.
Yeah, something.
Wolf.
Yo. Yeah, what's up, chat? This is Noah the Fat being joined by...
Yo, chat. How we doing, chat? Yo,
What's up, chat?
Hot set alert. Hot set alert.
So this is a rematch. Lugia did send Lost Vein to loser's side of this bracket, which is kind of surprising.
Lost Vein playing Wolf, a.k.a. worse Wario in his
Worse
eyes.
Wario. Yeah,
He
this guy said Wolf was worse Wario.
He said Wario was better Wolf. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Anyways, I mean, yeah, either way, you look at this matchup on paper, it's not going to be favorable for Piranha Plant in any way, but Wino Palu, I mean, he did win this matchup earlier with Plant. He should have been there. Like, Game 3 was insane.
This guy's not a knower. He wasn't a knower. He wasn't knowing. Listen, real KML tournaments, did I say K? No. KML tournaments watchers, they know. They're watchers.
Because they would have watched the...
They watched the hot set.
That was a hot set.
Hot set
Lugia
alert.
had some crazy setups, but I mean, so far, this is looking pretty good for Lost Vein.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna charge that. That did not catch the roll out. I feel like if they let go a little bit earlier, would have definitely hit. Ooh, we have smashing.
I didn't even know this was losers.
This is losers. Yep. But that laser's got to be the reason Plant just can't do anything in this matchup. I mean,
And Shine.
The reflector, yeah, that's one thing, but like, you kind of you're aware that like if I throw Patui at him, he could reflect it. But in neutral a lot, Wolf is just gonna find those lasers against Plant, just because of the way that Plant wants to move around the stage, the way he wants to set up. You know, oh my God, what
That
are
was
we
funny.
going for?
That was funny. It was
But
funny.
Josh is like being super disrespectful today. And if you saw his set against Trap Hood highlights, he had a shield break and he did a fully charged Seth neutral B, but then grabbed it at the end, so it canceled the knockback.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He just had him alive at like 250.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ooh. Yeah, that's looking like how this matchup normally goes.
They're calling him Young Out.
Young ouch. For that setup? I have no idea. Call him Young Ouch.
They call you Young T.O.
Nah, they call Ouch Young Vane.
Really? That's
Young
what they're
Vane,
doing?
yep.
That's what we're doing now?
That's what we're doing now.
Okay. Okay, Walt.
I mean, yeah, that was a pretty good showing.
I can't believe we're playing Wolf in the Big 25 again. That was not on my list.
Josh's Ouch's twin. Shout outs to Quinn.
Shout out to Quinn Cario.
Shout out to Quinn Cario.
H. Nowhere's no.
Anyway, like, yeah, that was a very good showing for Lost Fan, considering how the last game between these two went in the winner side of the bracket. Where, I mean, Josh came out swinging game 2, was able to take it to a game 3, but, I mean, Lugia had some crazy setup on the platform. And that was just kind of a momentum killer, and Josh just seemed kind of lost after that. I mean,
That'll do it.
that will do it. I mean, Lugia, so far, though, this game, some great adaptations. Boxing a lot better, playing that close range against Wolf of all characters. And that was a very weird bounce off the ledge from Patui. Kind of bounced off the side of the stage. Anyway, that back air is going to do it. First stock going to Lugia.
Big adaptation just dropped.
The patch, Lugia patch
Yeah,
notes.
new patch just dropped, bro. New adaptation just dropped. It's over. Big plant buff in the Big 25.
Now, this is best of 5. Their set earlier was a best of 3, so if it goes anything like their first set where it was very back and forth, I don't know.
I don't know, chat. Chat, you gotta speak up, chat. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, who is in chat besides Quinn?
Will Montrose, bro. Shout out Will.
Shout outs to Will.
Shout out Tay. Where do we even see how many people are in chat or like watching?
I can look on my phone.
This guy's a looker.
I have a name for everything.
If you do something, you're that thing-er.
So commentator.
Yeah, you're a commentator, exactly.
Okay. We have 15 watchers. Let's go.
Big 15.
Shout out to the 15 people, the entire world. Out of everyone in the entire world, like 7 trillion people, however many it is, you are the only people tuning into this stream.
Because they're
Think
knowers.
about it.
They,
Think
kn-
about
they
it.
know about the real hot set alert going on. This is a hot set. I mean,
You are beyond the top 1%
yeah, 100%.
in watching this stream. Only 15 people in the entire world. That is crazy. That's something you should all be proud of.
You know
chat.
what I'd call them?
What?
I'd call them knowers. I think knowers know. Knowers know
You know,
what's
they
going on here.
knowing about this stream.
Yeah. Oh, Cardi, my evil twin.
Oh, K-Bean's in the chat now.
You are not Kendrick Lamar. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know about that one, Walt. You're pushing it. You're pushing it.
That was an interesting setup Lugia went for.
But if it worked, though, you know?
It could have worked.
That's
I mean,
the same thing with the side B all stage by Lost Fan. If it worked,
yeah.
though. It would have been hype if it worked, you know?
Noah's evil twin.
That is how it works.
I feel like I'm K-Bean's
Yeah,
evil
I was going
twin.
to say, I think Noah's the evil one. Like,
Because, like,
Noah does evil stuff.
I do evil stuff with Bowser.
He's evil Bowser.
Yeah.
And the good guy always wins, and K-Bean's better than
But
you,
yeah,
so.
K-Bean.
Yeah, nice meeting you, man.
Yeah, what's up? I'll see you later. What'd he say?
He said nice meeting you.
Oh.
This guy's a hater. DJ Shore.
It's DJ Show You!
Isn't it crazy? We get on comms, all of a sudden chat's bumping, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You just
Bro,
got-
this guy had a crazy set at the Arcadian.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I'm not a knower. Who does DJ Shore you play? I could never
Ryu.
guess.
I
could never guess that.
They beat a Min-Min, and then the
evil.
crowd just went crazy.
That's an evil matchup. So, and listen, you beat
That is an evil matchup.
you beat Min-Min, you're good in my eyes, the way I see it.
No, because Min-Min was like taunting too. Like spamming
who was
taunts.
it? Do you know who it was?
It was the Min-Min was Lasag.
I don't know who that is. I'm not a knower.
Yeah, bro.
That's a lot of
Well,
fairs.
there's so many random VA Min-Mins.
Yeah, I know. Evil region. Maryland is based.
Maryland is based.
I mean, character pool, we don't talk about that, but Maryland's still based. Maryland's got GRN, you know?
True.
Maryland's got GRN.
Maryland is Quinn. That's all we need.
That's true. I didn't even know Quinn was from Maryland. The more you know.
Where'd you think Quinn was from?
I don't know.
Imagine we're both wrong.
Yeah.
Quinn, where are you from?
Dox yourself.
That is true. There is now a banned amendment in VA.
Oh, really? What did they do?
I don't know exactly. I read a tweet, but like it didn't really have much information.
They were, yeah, from the TO Council, I saw it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're meanie pantses. That's what they are.
Yeah, I guess just stop being a meanie and you won't get banned from Smash
Start
tournaments.
knowing. That's all it takes. All it takes, my friend. You know, who am I going to commentate with?
Wait, what's the game count?
At the Rumble.
What's the game count? What's the game count? Okay.
Zam. No, I think it's. Oh, no, it is. Yeah. I'm not in there.
Josh, if you watch this
Bro,
VOD
just
back,
type
what
skull
the
emoji. I'm
WTF
done,
was that
bro.
recovery?
Type skull emoji. Lock in, bro. Lock in. This is only separate chat.
Dang, he locked in.
He did lock in. He heard it. He heard the disrespect of you asking what the game count was. That's how you know it's done.
True.
You're not a streamer.
Oh, that I like that side B though,
Yeah, why not?
because like Luigi was in Shield Stun after.
I think Grand Finals should be Steve Ditto. Thoughts?
Should be.
Yeah, it should be a Steve Ditto.
I mean, no one here plays Steve.
I know that's why it would be funny. I think it'd be funny if I like asked someone to.
Every character is banned besides Steve
Yeah,
in only grand finals.
Okay, good news. Quinn is from Maryland. You were right.
I was right. I was like, wait, what if they're from DC? Because I actually I wouldn't know.
Bro's a DCer.
Because like I always see them going to the DC college, Washington University locals. I think that's what it is.
Catholic?
What?
Catholic University? No?
No, like a Washington.
I don't know Washington
Whoever
University.
GW local is.
I'm not a Washingtoner. George.
Why do I not? George Washington University.
That sounds
yeah.
right. Yeah.
How do I not know
We'll
this?
go with it.
Yeah, shout out to Marylanders, unlike Josh over here who's from Delaware. Damn.
Nah, Delaware's chill. Delaware's chill. You can only lose to a Ganondorf on Joy-Cons at one place.
Yeah,
That's Delaware. That's Delaware. Barack Obama, I'm done, bro. I'm done.
okay.
Chat. I'm finished.
Bro, you can't convince me Delaware is a state.
It barely is. It barely is.
You can't convince me it is.
Like, it's definitely a state, because I've spent a lot of time there, but, like, there's not a whole lot going on. Like,
I mean, Joe Biden lives there. That's it.
yeah.
I had a friend go to Delaware and just straight up saw Joe Biden.
Respect to Tay for actually watching the stream and, you know, like, actually enjoying the gameplay. We're just fucking yapping.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like all over the screen. You know, listen, it wouldn't be crazy if I told you it's all over the screen right now, too.
How do you run into that?
Oh.
Plant has if Plant's charging that, they're going to do one thing,
What's that?
and it's going to try to hit you.
Nuh-uh. It's a mix-up. You don't know. You don't know.
Where's Joe Biden
I'm
University?
feeling a bear. I'm feeling a bear coming here. Yeah, where is Joe Biden University? Everyone just said hi, Tay. What's up, Tay? Shout out to Tay. You should come to UMBC again. Ungraduate.
Graduate.
Ungraduate.
Put Biden main and smash.
Interesting F throw. I think Biden would play, like, you know what? Biden would play Game & Watch. I always say that my grandma could play Game & Watch. Biden's getting there. I think Biden would play Game & Watch. Big win.
And that
there.
is 3-0 for
Big
Lost
3-0,
Vein.
Getting the run back. You'll love to see it.
Josh, who would Joe Biden play in Smash?
It's got to be Game & Watch.
First thing comes to your mind. He plays who?
You think Joe Biden has the mental capacity? I don't care. You think he has the mental capacity to play
What?
Fox? I don't know about that.
I like that answer more.
What did he say?
Josh said he would play Mega Man because Forward Smash is just Biden Blast.
But, like, current Joe Biden, like, I don't know. You know what? I see that. Lucas players have the mental capacity of Joe Biden.
No, but like he's old. He doesn't have the hands to play Lucas.
Shout
you
out
need
all-
hands to play Lucas.
Shout out all my young. You gotta change that.
Oh, I got
Shout out all my young.
Trump will
Lucas
play
fans.
Steve.
Nah, Trump will play DK, bro.
No, he would play Steve. He builds the walls.
Oh, hold on. I think Trump would play DK, throw you off stage at like 50, and then like claim it's honest.
No, he would play Falco and think it's a bald eagle.
Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? You got me. That's a very fair point. You only get these hypotheticals on comms with Noah and Kalen. That's just
True.
how it works.
Hey, we're getting Roy.
Oh, Lord.
Robin.
Robin, come
Robin.
on. I've seen the tweets about the Robin. I know it's real. I know it's real.
Nah, that's Robin. How do you feel about Robin? Just raw Robin.
Raw Robin.
How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Whoa.
You only get this at the KMLocal. Or KM.
Plays Puff because Sleepy Joe. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Can we get a poll going? We gotta get a poll going. Is it Puff or is
Is it Puff? Is it Mega Man? Is it?
No, I feel like Trump would play Steve. I think Steve is correct, like the correct version.
Yeah, I mean, you build the walls.
You build the wall.
Frankly, I think Steve's not that good. He's not that good of a character. He's not overpowered. Just kind of good. The left mind virus wants you to think Steve's top tier.
He's not. He's not top tier. Steve bottom 10. What? Sorry.
For when's the last time Steve won a tournament?
That's what
Exactly.
I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm saying.
Steve definitely like won a tournament today. Like we're talking any tournament ever.
Like, when's the last time Steve actually won a major for like a big tournament?
Akala won a major at the start of the season. So it would be that.
No, because like I feel
Oh,
like
syrup.
Syrup. Yeah, Syrup won
Cat
Cavalier
Clash.
Clash. Yeah. I don't know. I
Trump
feel
would
like
play Kazuya, but only on FD.
he would.
The combos are
He would
hard.
sign an executive order to where the only stage is FD, and then just pick Kazuya.
The stage is huge.
Something like that. I don't know.
Huge stage.
Got a sick matchup here. Not going very
He
good
would
for
brag
Wall
about
Street.
how much money Kazuya cost.
Doesn't lose his finals.
Oh shoot, yeah.
You're not a knower.
My bad.
Yeah. You're bad, pal.
But man, this.
I have to imagine this is not fun for Sephiroth.
I mean, yeah, you just explode.
You do just explode.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, Seth is good at keeping most characters out, but like, this is Roy we're talking about.
One thing I remember is a long time ago, my first time ever at Xanadu, I remember I overheard Avail saying that he feels like he could beat Yoshidora. It was
What?
really random. I just remember him saying it. And, you know,
Why
something
you-
like it here.
why
Why
you-
Yoshidora?
why
I have
Yoshidora?
no idea, but I just remember that. I remember
Whoa,
hearing
you see that?
Oh, big down smash.
That was some good movement from Avail.
That was.
You know, like, in this matchup, like, I don't know how Seth, like,
I don't, yeah.
how do you keep Roy out?
How do you stay out of disadvantage once?
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of a hard situation to be in. What about it? Oh,
Sorry, Kyle.
wait, why? Hold on, let me.
I don't think so. Elon's watching.
Elon's watching. Bro, is Kyle KML Elon?
No.
Okay.
K-Bean said Elon's watching the stream.
Nobody gaffed, bro. That's facts.
Yeah. Who would Elon play?
You know what Elon would do? Oh crap! Who would Elon play? Does anyone's character have like start with an X? Does anything start with
True.
an X? What about like?
There's no character.
Is there an X character like X the Everything app? My favorite app of all time.
I don't think so. Let me look.
Elon would play
There's
Gunner
Mega
of
Man X,
himself.
but we already said Mega Man for
Nah,
Biden.
Okay, let me look at this.
Like the most campy me gunner.
Nah, low key, I feel like Elon. I could see him playing Dark Samus, specifically Dark Samus.
He'd be that one Dark Samus that only does roll and charge shot and up B. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Will?
No, there's just one Elite Smash Samus. All he does is those 3 things. Roll, charge shot, and up B.
I could see Elon playing like Joker too. I think Elon played Joker.
He would be a Wi-Fi zoner player. He wouldn't go to in-person tournaments. He would just play Wi-Fi. But then he would pay someone else to play for him.
I feel like I feel like picking a character and then saying that Elon's would play that character is like one of the biggest insults you can give to a player base in general.
All right, we should talk about the game. I mean, Avail up 1-0 right now. Start of this game, too. You're like, oh.
Looking about the same right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, once Roy gets started, I mean, Seth, he's going to just explode. You have to play so careful, but also fast so you can keep up with him. And that counter, good tech, yep.
He's in nowhere.
I mean, like, yeah, you can go for counters like that. The problem is, like,
oh my God, big
wow,
really
that was
good.
big. But like,
that's what you need.
The thing is, like, generally, I feel like you're still able to get back to SF. You're still able to get back to the stage relatively quickly and, you know, set up a ledge trap off of that, unless you're at like really high percents or you miss the tech. There's not really much you can do to challenge Seth in that situation, so I feel like it's an option you still keep going for. But right there, it was just going to work out for Josh. And here we are again off stage. That's going to be a free shield grab. Josh is definitely playing this a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable.
Bro, new patch. It's a new patch.
It's a new patch. You see these call-outs, man, with that up tilt, with that up air?
New Lost Man patch just dropped. He said, I'm staying on the sub roll. Got to. New patch.
Somehow that F tilt's going to kill. I couldn't tell if that's the
sweet spot. Yeah.
I don't think it was the sweet spot.
That didn't feel like sweet spot.
And I can't, we don't have audio, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes the Nair planes from Roy. Good find on that back air, catching the rollout from Osvane. I mean, both these characters are at kill percent. I know that's like the obvious thing to say here, but I mean, both these guys are playing so fast, so explosive right now. It really is true. That's going to connect.
That'll do it.
Yeah, great spacing on that back air. It was like right on the same level as the platform.
Yeah. That's how you get them.
Yeah, it's just great
Big
spacing.
toothpick.
The toothpick, yep.
That toothpick will do it.
Rolling into it, that's good reversal from Avail. Yeah, he's still keeping this aggression up. Now Josh, though, at the ledge with wing. He's going to be there for a while. Never mind, very ballsy down air from Avail.
Big counter there.
Counter's going to do it there.
You notice how chat kind of becomes dead once we stop talking about interesting things? I'm playing. This game is interesting.
This is a good game, yeah.
This is much more entertaining than anything with Steve involved. So, I mean, Roy's on the screen. It's going to be entertaining.
And not spacing that down air correctly. Trying to just keep Avail at the ledge, contain this explosive Roy.
Do you think there's such thing as, like, do you think there's a campy Roy out there? Like a really campy Roy player?
Baden.
Okay, but that doesn't count. He's not a Roy player. He can play Roy, but he doesn't choose. He doesn't, like if his life was on the line, he's not picking Roy, you know?
Josh already won squad. This is a side quest.
That's facts.
Yeah, he already got $35. That's like becoming a millionaire in Smash money.
True. You know how much winnings I have?
How much?
-30. Yeah.
Oh, the counter's going to miss. And
oh,
that's easy down air.
Easy money.
Yeah, perfectly lined up for Josh to take that game 2. And man, we got a hot set on our hands.
Hot set alert.
Hot set alert,
y'all. Hot set alert.
Now, shout out to the first time I ever won money from a tournament.
When have you ever won money from a tournament?
Like the first time I ever did.
When was it?
It was a Wi-Fi tournament.
Oh. Okay.
Typically, how Wi-Fi tournaments work during quarantine is they would just be open until like 10 minutes before the tournament started. But this one had like $100 prize pot and ended like a day before.
Okay.
So like I was like the only, I don't want to say the only good player that signed up, but like I was the only good player that signed up.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, I mean that makes sense. That's why Wi-Fi tournaments work. You just kind of go in there, you're like, man, I want to play in a tournament, and then you know.
Josh, maybe use PayPal to send squad's prize to. I had to pay the fee and then.
What? PayPal's an evil app.
PayPal is
The
evil.
devil created PayPal.
That is true.
The devil created PayPal.
Oh, the up smash! Veil looked kind of stuck on the platform right there. Classic ultimate. Just can't get off those platforms.
Is it safe to say Josh Lostfan is the greatest player ever of all time?
No. I think one of the coolest.
Yeah, definitely one of the coolest. Well, I'm alive, so that makes it rough.
Like, he plays Sephiroth like a rushdown character most of the time.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, like, whenever he says, dude, I am going to just sit in the corner and camp, it just never really works. I feel like he's just an aggressive player at heart.
Yeah, you're seeing it right now.
Like, he's just going for some crazy mix-ups for extra damage.
Seth
F
Nair is
smash.
good, man.
Seth Nair.
Nair.
If he goes down 2-1,
Dude,
with the
I would
Robin.
pay to see the Robin. I'd pay
I'm
to see
curious. I've never heard of this Robin before.
You're not on Twitter enough, bro. Get them scrolls in.
God. Oh, my God. Okay, F-tilt, that's going to catch. Veil has... Yeah, like, one jab should do it here, but the problem is Josh is just... He's just in advantage so much. He's ready for it, man. I mean, Roy is a very good, aggressive character, but, I mean, sometimes you are kind of stuck.
Big counter.
What the?
That was kind of sick.
The...
That was kind of raw, I won't lie. That was
raw.
That was
just raw. Using the...
as far as I'm aware, you're not going to see Tweak doing that. You're not going to see Ken doing that. And you're definitely not going to see
using the
Beast Bro Paul doing
hitbox
that.
after the counter instead of actually countering.
This guy's a real knower. He might be top
Yeah.
knower. I don't think you'll see friggin' Packet do that, to be honest. That's a real player.
Ooh.
Friggin' Packet is a real Sephiroth player. I'm not even kidding.
Is he, like, the only Sephiroth player?
No, but he's one of them. His usual tag is something else. I don't know what it is, but his tag for a while has been friggin' Packet.
Like,
Burst? Oh, okay.
Burst.
I got you. That makes
it's like
sense.
Lion Pizza Chip. Yeah, because, like, they signed up for the last Xanadu under the tag Lion Pizza Chip, and I'm like, who is this? Because they were beating everyone.
Who? Burst?
Burst.
Yeah, that's funny.
Under that tag.
That's why everyone's going to make their tag K-Fiend.
K-Fiend?
It's funnier, bro.
Yeah, shout out to funny tags.
Shout out to funny tags. You know, sometimes like I get an urge to make my tag something stupid.
You should be like me.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. Imagine making your tag Chicago Hood Moments.
Chicago Hood Moments instead of Trap Hood.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny, would it not? you start playing PT. That'd be pretty damn funny. Or like, I don't know. I've thought of a lot of things.
I've thought about at some point just making my tag like Tweak or MKLay or something.
Dude, the craziest thing I've ever seen was somebody's tag in a real set was I stand with Big Tobacco. That was their full tag.
I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
that was pretty funny.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, I'm thinking of like OneDrive isn't signed in is pretty fire.
That's a good one.
That's a fire tag. Like, the long, annoying tags are bad. Gen Z trying to cancel Eminem.
Shout out to Gen Z
Yeah,
trying to
shout
cancel
out Rome,
Eminem.
bro. That's a tag and a half.
What happened to Stocktaker69?
Is that oh, that's real?
That's a yeah, he was a good Wolf player.
You know, I got put on to. There's a DC Wario player named Professional Ass Ripper. Yeah, fire name.
That is quite fire.
Here we go.
Oh, last stock.
Possibly tournament stock here for Avail.
Oh man. I mean, you've been playing aggro all day. I mean, I think it's just up to Josh to I feel like slip up because I mean he's doing some very good Roy counter
Oh, here
play.
we go. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Okay.
That was a thing that happened. That was something.
I don't know what just happened. I don't know what just happened.
That was something.
I am completely speechless. What was that? Like, that's how we go to a Game 5?
That's how we go to a Game 5.
That's how we go to a Game 5. All right.
Listen,
Sure.
there's something I say a lot.
Sure.
And I'll say it again. I don't make the rules. You know, that's just how it works, man. We're going back.
We needed to go to a Game 5, so that just happened. Nah, bro, this is choke vein. Look, now he's getting run over.
You know
so
why?
it's so over.
You got to go Robin, man.
Yeah, this is why we needed to go Robin. Dang, the charge.
He's a knower. He knew. Oh,
Okay, now we're going for F smashes. What the heck?
it's over.
It might be over. Saibi, oh, not gonna sweet spot. Yo, shout out to Honk in the chat.
Oh. Wait, is that Honk?
That is Honk.
Why is there a T at the end of Caleb? I thought it was. I don't want to dox him. I thought his last name started with a different letter.
I don't know.
Okay. I won't hate. I won't hate.
Yes, you.
Set is not disappointing. We said hot set
T
alert.
stands for Twitch. Okay.
Ah.
Oh no, he's dead!
Oh my god. Guys, I'm sure there's something you never heard before. That actually goes quicker than limit cross slash. I bet you guys didn't know that.
Roy Saibi, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a knower. Only real smashers.
Dude,
know
people
that.
used to really hate Roy like early Ultimate, but now he's like the hero. Like everyone,
Steve
everyone
didn't
loves
exist.
this character.
Steve didn't exist.
Yeah, because everyone saw Steve and was like, you know what? Maybe this isn't so bad.
Yeah. There's something to that.
I like some good Roy. I never thought he was a lame character like what people were saying.
People hate fun, man.
I mean, the thing is now everyone kills the 50, so like, no, Roy isn't special.
That's true. You make a very good point.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Tournament stock.
Oh no,
here.
tournament stock for Lost Vein. Avail,
This
yeah,
would be
just,
this would be a crazy way to lose the set.
that would be a crazy way, yeah.
Oh my goodness, chat.
If Avail is just able to keep Lost Vein in the corner for a little bit longer, rack up a bit more percent. And so far, that's exactly what he's doing.
Oh man.
He's just not
Oh
letting
my
Lost Vein
goodness.
get staged fully, not fully charged, but that F smash is almost going to just take it right there. A crazy tech chase read.
That was one of the biggest knowers I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
That was a no.
Lost
He knew.
Vein does have wing now. This is where he's at his best. You know, when you give him that extra mobility, he will just do so much with it. I mean, so far he's racked up a lot of percent. He is at kill percent, but I mean, if he's able to stay alive, what the jab scooping from down there? Okay,
Oh my goodness.
not gonna
Not
kill.
gonna do it. Maybe Sephiroth sucks, man.
Nah, bro, that would have popped shield. I think it's a fine move. Oh,
You're a liar.
okay, well, that wasn't like the
No.
whatever, dude. Up tilt.
Good
Okay,
up
had
tilt.
the right idea, but not timing it right. And
Oh,
falling up
man.
there from a Veil,
That
that
is-
is going to do it.
That is a hell of a way to go out, man.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that game 4, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, man. Listen,
As hype as that game 5 was, I'm still thinking about
as
game
crazy
4.
as crazy as it is, both players won. If you really think about
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
it. Yeah, that's rough. You never want to see that.
We're gonna be talking about that one for a while. Yeah. All right, so now we have yeah. Oh, we got grand finals now. This is it. Avail versus Moru.
Hot set alert.
We said about every set.
Are you kidding me? Roy versus Cloud? That's a hot set alert. Oh, it's Pit versus Cloud. Never mind. Is it really that bad? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So Pit versus
Okay,
Cloud.
okay.
Okay.
Stop battle.
I mean, like, Cloud kind of just does what Roy does, but I mean, better. Or wait. Oh, I gotta switch him.
Three, two, one, go!
That was a sick button check.
Now they have the wrong tags.
That'll do it.
So Moru did send Avail to loser's side in winners finals. So this is a run back. See if
That
Avail
is.
can take it. I think that just because Zach. Oh no! I'm trying to save him. Oh no! That's not how you want to lose your first stock in Grands.
This is just the SD tournament.
This is the SD tournament.
Yeah.
And I think Pitt is like, no one thought they were good or even like kind of good until Zachary started popping off. And even then, I still think the character's not that good.
You know, I think Pitt has a lot of potential.
Yeah, like a lot of characters in this game have a lot of potential. If you do like the super niche platform setup with Pitt, you can do an additional 20%.
I think Pitt has scary nukes, man. I'm not a fan of playing against Pitt. A lot of people say they like playing against Pitt. I am not one of those people. I don't like when my opponent is in disadvantage.
Oh, another SD.
and
Stocks
they shoot
are
7
flying.
arrows at me. This is the tournament of SD.
This is the tournament of SDs where SDing is Pitt somehow.
It gets to a point.
We will find a way to SD.
It does.
So like the main problem with the character is like he has decent ground speed, he has some good strings, but like I think that his multi-hits are so inconsistent that it's a problem. I've tried playing Pitt on multiple occasions and like he works most of the time, but the second you try to like actually make something work, it just you fall out of a multi-hit, like a nair or a down air doesn't hit the sweet spot because they made it so hard to hit.
Yeah.
Like
But like then it's a combo too, you know? Like Pitt down air is still good.
Like, I think it's still good. It's just, like, half the time when I see Pitt players going for it, it just doesn't spike when it needs to.
Yeah.
There's also back air where, like, you have the strong hit, which is very good for closing out stocks, but the problem is if you don't perfectly space it, there's that weak hit. So you kind of just turn into Marth with that move.
Yeah.
Orbs are broken, though.
Yeah.
People saying Pitt is an honest character, I gotta disagree. Those orbs feed families.
Not ridiculous.
I can definitely see why you'd be better for Cloud than Roy.
Yeah.
You don't get edge guarded, I feel, as much. I mean, Pitt still has a. You can hit Pitt when he's recovering, but like with Roy, it's so much worse.
Steve did it? Shut up. It'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Haters.
I mean, maybe we'll get a game without an SD. That's my hope for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. Waveland on the platform, not going to get anything out of it, though. I mean, like, I like niche movement like that, but only when it works.
Yeah.
When it doesn't work, it kind of reminds me of, like, those Elite Smash players.
Reminds me of Baden.
Yeah. But, like, you know those Elite Smash players where they'll Waveland on the platform, like, 8 times after taking a stock?
Yeah.
But then they'll never actually do it in game?
If I don't ever approach Baden in neutral, he'll just kind of stand there and wave.
Why are we talking about Baden?
Because I got Baden on the brain, man.
Why is he catching strays?
He deserves it.
Okay.
I don't make the rules. I just heard Minion and Fun in the same sentence. I don't know about that.
I did. I also heard that.
Yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, Vale able to keep up with Pitt. I mean, like,
I didn't know the pit was real.
this is the first time seeing the Avail Pit. I know about the Avail Meta Knight, know about the Avail Crom, but I mean, the Pit, so far, I mean, you got a game on Moru. One of the best Cloud players in this region. I mean, yeah, Moru fighting back, though, putting on the pressure. I mean, that shield was looking low. You're going to find a grab right there. F smash, great. Yeah, you got a shield again right there. Even though it was so low, I mean, If he tried to roll, he tried to do anything else, he would have just died. That was a very good option from Moro and a very good discipline from Avail to not die from it.
You think an SD comes this game? You think we're getting an SD?
I don't know. I mean, they seem to be playing a lot more comfortable, especially Moro here.
Yeah. I mean, when you don't SD twice, that helps.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Again, that shield is looking real low. Jab, that might kill. Yeah, there we go. That did not look like great DI from Moro. It looked like they were trying to maybe SDI out of it, but
It happens.
that is a jab that just kills anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is an option Moro's been going a lot for, just using the second part of up B to kind of protect yourself when going back to the ledge, and that's going to hit.
That'll do it.
Another side beam. It's just kind of piling up. Avail is a very aggressive player, but I mean, Moru, some great adaptations here in this game too. Just getting a lot of these big hits and just stuffing out Avail's approaches. Uh-oh.
Oh, man, yeah.
That'll do it.
That will certainly do it.
That will do it.
All right. We need some more SDs next week.
That will we count that as an SD? No. Do we count that as an? I don't know. I mean,
No.
stock was kind of just handed to
He
him.
died
on
because he got hit.
handed to them on a
That's not an
silver
SD.
plat. I mean, it does. Okay, that counts as an SD.
Okay,
we heard
that's
it.
what
We heard it there.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
This time I can say they isn't me. So.
Josh, we going to late night after this?
Duh.
Wait, Lugia goes to UMBC.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Elias, do you still go to UMBC? What? Oh. Come on, you got to come to late night. No, you still can. Yeah, you have to pay for it.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm not on a meal plan. I'm not part of their system.
I'm not on a meal plan either.
Hell yeah.
Okay, hear me out. Everybody, including those who have never been to UMBC in their life, we all go to late night. Thoughts?
True. We should just get the whole venue to go to late night.
I'm so down with that. I've got two open seats in the whip.
True.
That's all I'm saying. Winner gets free late night.
Your winner of the tournament gets free late night.
Wait, can you pay for late night? Like with a card?
There are guest swipes, but I'm not sure if they work for late night.
I'll have to ask. I only ever go to the market like during late night.
Yeah, they have guest swipes for market for sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, but like, do you have you said you don't have?
I don't even have a meal plan, so like I can't do any of those things.
So you don't go to late night?
I go to late night. I just pay with my card.
Oh, that's what I meant. You goober.
Okay.
Doofus.
Dude, we are living to. Okay, that was 180 where that stock was taken.
That's a pit moment. Oh my goodness. They want it. They want it bad.
Dude, these side Bs have been working for Moru.
3%.
Yeah, even from up there, like it's still gonna connect. He's looking for an option here. Definitely looking for that limit cross slash. There we go.
They get it.
That's gonna punish the grab. Yeah,
Man, no, this is a very different game when there's no SDs on the table.
that's true. I mean, yet.
Yet.
We still have 3 stocks
Listen,
total.
We've seen that Pitt is a character that is capable of SDing.
somehow.
Don't question it. Listen, I saw a tweet the other day that said Pitt is a really good character that's like brought down by their player base. Maybe there's something to that.
I don't think so. I just personally, I've never seen too much potential with this character. I feel like he's a good secondary to pick up because he's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Like,
I mean, if Pitt
if you have good fundies, I feel like you can just pick up this character and do pretty well with them. Like the skill ceiling for the character, just I'm not sure is there, because like he kind of just plays neutral. He doesn't cheat.
I don't know, Overtard cheats.
What?
Down B cheats.
I mean, yeah, but like it's
Also,
more of
Pit
like
has
a.
combos. Pit has combos for sure.
I mean, you've combos, but like
Pit has about as much.
he's
true
a
combos as
low
Mario,
percent
bro.
combo demon. I feel like when he's trying to look for a kill, it's like he's just gonna be fishing for an edge guard or like down throw, down air. Like,
Yo, quick raid just dropped.
yo, shout out to District EDC.
I'm not in nowhere as to who that is, but
District E in DC.
oh, is that like a person?
It's a
What is it?
tournament series.
Oh, sick. I'm not in nowhere. Only tournament I know is the UMBC Retriever Rumble happening tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
That's true.
And you know who'll be there? Not Noah.
Ah, don't rub it in my face.
Should have gone.
What? I can't.
No dad for you. Oh my god.
Anyway, so Avail. I mean, the first set between these two was 3-1. Moru took it. So, are we gonna see an exact repeat? Who knows?
I'm just praying we get at least one SD in this game.
This guy wants an SD.
It's funny.
How about you go get to grand finals in SD yourself?
It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. I'm not good, you know?
Nah. Just be better.
I'm working on it.
I mean, like, yeah, I guess down B does kind of cheat a little
It
bit.
most certainly does. You get a shield in the air. That's cheating.
But, like, if we're talking about, like, relevant cheating, I mean,
Yeah, no,
it's not really comparable.
There's levels to it.
There's levels
There's
to it.
definitely levels to it.
Like, if you want to look at a character that, like, kind of just plays neutral, I feel like to an extent, I mean, you can say that's Cloud, too.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
Cloud is, like,
Cloud is not just neutral. There's a lot
yeah,
more.
you have, like, I feel like if Cloud's, like, damage output wasn't so ridiculous, they
Yeah,
would
that's
be,
fair.
like,
That's very fair.
seen as more honest. But, like, oof.
This is just
Yeah, it's piling up.
rough.
I like Cloud, though. I think Cloud's fun to watch.
I don't think a lot of people dislike Cloud. I like Sparga specifically.
Caleb,
Which one?
Choice Caleb really hates Cloud.
Yo, Choice is one of the biggest haters I've ever met, bro.
No, he, like, just hates Cloud. Like, he would rather, like, see Steve win than Cloud. I don't know why.
Yeah, that is odd.
I think Cloud is balanced. I mean, because you tap them off stage without limit and they die.
Here's the rough thing.
What?
You know? There's this little silly move you can do where if your back's facing the opponent and you flick the C-stick towards them, that's on Cloud, that's pretty good. Yeah, maybe
I mean, yeah,
a little too
I mean, your back air does kind of play the game for you in most situations.
good. When you can
Just
make
parry it.
All right, bro.
Just parry it.
You know, I think if that's the counterplay to a move, then it's a little too good.
Maybe.
Like Link Nair, Rob Nair.
You can't even parry Rob Nair.
No, you can.
Nah, not with the new tech that makes it like +3 on
Oh
shield.
yeah. Well, that's not always gonna get done. It's not like
It might.
It's not a guarantee.
Someone's got to do it.
Shout out Kendrick Lamar.
Like, in terms of, like, honest, good characters, I feel like Cloud is, like, a little more honest. Like,
That's pushing it.
no.
Yes, man.
I think Cloud's mostly honest. Like,
That wasn't honest.
is that up B at it?
Up be out of shield ain't honest. Back air ain't honest. Limit ain't honest.
But, like, you look at, like, the other
I just
characters.
heard a Wario sound effect.
You look at the other characters, like, how much less honest are they in the high tier, top tier category?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, who else is, like, even remotely close to honest in that tier?
you make a good point. With that,
I mean, like, maybe Aegis.
fair enough.
But, like, Mythra kind of cheats. Mythra cheats.